بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. My community members, friends, brothers, sisters worldwide, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fatima alayhi salam is also the means for divine grace. واسطة للفيض الإلهي. What do we mean by the divine grace, and what do we mean by being the means to divine grace? My friends, we all know that God has chosen one night throughout the whole year above other nights. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. Surah Al-Qadr speaks about this special night, which is in the month of Ramadan, the eve of the 23rd, being better than 1,000 months. It is a blessed night. It's a chosen night. It's a night which is the means of the dissension and the supply of the material blessings as well as the spiritual blessings of God. God chose this night, night of destiny, the night of destiny, not night of power, night of destiny. That is the true translation. Our destiny is being determined. فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم. In that night, every important affair of your life is going to be determined, is going to be settled, is going to be decided. So it's a night of destiny, my friends. Destiny regarding your income, regarding your health, regarding your life, regarding your age, regarding your family, regarding your relationships, regarding your faith. Are you going to continue on this path or you take another path? All these things are going to be refreshed, reviewed, and determined. So it's a night of blessings. Laylatul Qadr. Also in Laylatul Qadr, we've been told that God is going to accept your petition for forgiveness. God is going to pardon you. God is going to drop all the charges against you, depending on your intention, depending on your thoughts, depending on your deeds, depending on your prayers, depending on what you promise God to do in partnership with you. The more you give, the more you work, the more, even if you harbor it, if you harbor this intention in your mind, you store it in your mind, that I'm going to do this and that for my society, for the poor people, for the misfortunate, for my parents, for my family, for my town, for the home. Then God is going to look into that with consideration. He's going to consider that. And then he decides your fate, what your fate is going to be. So it is the night, Laylatul Qadr, the night of a blessing, the night of khair, barakah, goodness, kamal, perfection. Now, blessings does not mean, my friends, that you don't get sick. Blessings does not mean that you don't die. Blessings does not mean that you don't get poor, you don't get sick. Blessings means that even if, God forbid, some of these misfortunes are going to befall you, you're going to take it, you're going to accept it. You're going to come to terms with it. You are not going to be a rejecter. You are not going to be a rebellion against God. You're going to accept. راضية بقضائك. Accepting to what you decide for me. That is the big difference. Otherwise, who doesn't get sick? Everyone gets sick. Who doesn't die? Who doesn't go one night with no food? It might happen. But when it happens, you are okay with it. You understand it. You don't scream out of frustration. It's going to pass by you like a tornado. A tornado, when it hits a town, some people take shelter and they start screaming and they freak out. And some of them die of a heart attack, not because of the damage to their property, because of a damage to their soul, to their mind, to their heart. And some people take shelter, but they are smiling. They are happy. They are not afraid, even though the house is upstairs is damaged. But they are prepared for it. They come to terms with it. They know this is a tornado. It's going to hit and cause some casualties, and then it will clear up. This is the difference, my friends. This is the difference between someone who has faith in God and someone who does not have faith in God. Now, God chose Fatima alayhi salam to be the source of blessings, khayrat, the source of divine grace for mankind. Fatima in particular. Now, because there were no other women around, no, there were other women. Just like Laylatul Qadr, there are no more nights. There are nights. There are another 364 nights. But God chose this particular night to make it a special night. Same thing with women. There are many other good women, but Fatima is outstanding in her goodness. She's a special. She is a special among other women. Fatima, her father says, she's the master of the ladies, not only in this life, but in paradise too. She is the master of all ladies in paradise. And the Prophet says Fatima is number 3 in goodness in this universe. After her father, the Prophet, and her husband, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Fatima is number 3. Inna Fatima ibnati khayru ahli al-ard. She is the most righteous of the people of the earth. Unsuran, in her origin, in her principles, wa sharafan, in her honor, wa karaman, in her generosity. She's the best. One of her names is Al-Mubarakah, the blessed. What does that mean? God says in Surah Al-Dukhan, chapter 44, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakatin. Inna kunna mundhirin. That night is a blessed night. What does blessed means, my friends, or blessings? Because God speaks about sometimes lands being blessed, sometimes times, sometimes generations, sometimes places. Blessing means that it is always on the rise, on the increase. This is number 1. And number 2, it's also, you don't see anything except goodness out of that. So qualitatively and quantitatively, both, it's on the growth, on the rise. It's an increase in a quantity and also an increase in a quality too. This is the meaning of blessings. And therefore God speaks about Laylatul Qadr being a blessed night. Why? Because in this night we supply quality and quantity both. God speaks about greetings. Tahiyyatan min Allahi tayyibatan mubarakah. God sends his greetings that infuses people with goodness, infuses people with happiness, with blessings. Tahiyya is beautiful and also is blessed. God speaks about a family which is source of goodness. A family is on the rise, on the increase in quantity, in numbers, and also on the increase always, all the times in goodness, in barakah. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. It applies to the family of the Prophet Muhammad wa alu Muhammad. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. He's the main source of light. He is the source of light in this universe, the heaven and the earth. مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة. It is being lit from a tree which is blessed. This tree is a family tree, the family of Muhammad wa al Muhammad. In another verse, وضرب الله مثلا كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء تؤتي أكلها. Look at this. Gives a produce, the supply, كل حين, every minute, بإذن ربها. Does not cease goodness. Goodness is overflowing all the times. The supply is not being cut. The supply does not stop. And that is the guidance of Muhammad wa al Muhammad. Worldwide, universal, there are blessings. How many people are saying Ya Zahra now? And they receive the blessings. Worldwide. It's not limited. Sometimes you go to a store and they say, sorry, we are out of, toilet paper. Sorry, out of supply, out of stock. But the supply of God, through those means, the Prophet and his family, is continuous. It doesn't come to an end. No interruption in this supply. And then God speaks about the places that are being blessed. إلى الأرض المباركة سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى. He took his servant on a nightly journey from the sacred mosque in Mecca to the farthest mosque in Jerusalem. Masjid al-Aqsa الذي باركنا حوله. That we made it a blessed land and the surroundings of it. Blessed with what? Sometimes it's a desert. Blessed with ma'nawiyat, spirituality. If people take care of it, if people go there with reflection, they will benefit from these surroundings. Because many prophets lived there. Still their graves are there. The history is there. The stories are there. Important events in the history of mankind, in the history of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, took place there. It's a sacred land. A blessed land. Mubarak. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about dhurriyyah. Children who are blessed. The person being blessed. Sometimes the children have no blessings. They are troublemakers. You have to run after them in the streets. They have no blessings whatsoever. Sometimes the person has no blessings. Jesus says about himself, وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتِ. Wherever I land, whatever corner I go to, I'm a source of blessings. Don't the Christians say, bless me, Father? He's a source of blessings. Prophet Muhammad is a source of blessings. Fatima al-Zahra is a source of blessings. Imam Hussein, Imam al-Mahdi. Those leaders are source of blessings. Don't we say to each other, may God bless you? Bless means many things. Means protection, means maintenance, means watching over you, means taking care of you, means guiding you, means making you a source of goodness in your community, in your family. So Laylatul Qadr, because the blessings of Laylatul Qadr is not only contained without that night, it's going to continue throughout the whole year. This is why it is called the blessed. A blessed night means that it is not confined to one area, one geographic area, or to several hours of the night. It's going to overflow and transcend after that. Therefore, Fatima alayhi salam, God chose her to be a source of blessings for the Prophet and for his nation. For the Prophet, when God says to him, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar, you are not going to stay with no children, you're going to continue through the children of Fatima. And to her nation, to his nation, to the Prophet's nation, because we received our Imams from her. Our Imam are the descendants of Fatima. This is why the Ismailis, when they built their state in Egypt, in Cairo, they were called Fatimiyun. Fatimiyun are the children of Fatima al-Zahra, Ali and Fatima alayhim as-salam. God made her source of a blessing because her children are going to be universal leaders. Who is Imam al-Baqir and who is Imam al-Sadiq and who is Imam al-Kadhim and who is Imam al-Rida and the one before them and the one after them? They are the children of Fatima. They were the source of knowledge and guidance during their times, and now too. And who is going to be the last Imam? Imam Muhammadul Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajah. He's the descendant of Ali and Fatima. And we've been told that the goodness we have seen so far from the Imams, we're going to see much more of that during the time of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Because that time, the blessings of God is going to reach its climax. It's going to hit the roof. The blessings, the mercy, the beauty, the grace of God. And therefore Fatima was the means. Fatima alayhi salam was the means to bring this blessing down to the earth from God, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The other thing, my friends, her life was so short. Some people ask why. Shouldn't a source of a blessing be, let's say, would be able to live for 60, 70, 80 years old? My friends, the same reason why Laylatul Qadr is too short. Laylatul Qadr, the greatest night, how many hours is Laylatul Qadr? 50 hours? 20 hours? It's only 7, 8, 9 hours, no more than that. Very short. But God says, yes, it is short, but it is filled with meanings, with beauty, with power, with mercy, with forgiveness, with gifts, with bounties. Very short. So you can achieve your goals within a very short period of time. You don't need that much time. Fatima alayhi salam was tested by God for several years, and she passed the test. Some people live for 90 years and they do nothing. They are useless. No benefit comes. Not only no benefit, they are a burden on their societies. And some people live for 20 years, but they are full of good examples and good stories. They are leaders in their communities because their life is a blessed life. This is why ask God to make your life, to make your year, your month, your week, your day, your night, to make it a blessed one. Some people ask God for a long life, 100 years, 120 years. But is this something reasonable? of benefit to you? Are you sure? Rather than asking God for 120 years, ask Him for a blissful days and nights. Jesus lived for 33 years on this earth, and then He lifted up. Only 33 years, but He says, وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُ. I'm a source of a blessing, source of help, source of healing. But He's only 33. Same thing with our Imams. Same thing with the Prophet. The Prophet lived for 63. Imam Ali for 63. Imam Hussein for 58. Imam al-Hassan for 47. Fatima al-Zahra for 18. The longest serving Imam was Imam al-Sadiq, who lived, according to some narrations, 68 years. According to some of them, 70 years. The rest of him, some of them lived for 28, some of them 42. But look at their life. It extends everywhere. Their goodness extends everywhere. Because it was a blissful. So it's not about how many years. It's about the quality of these years. What you're going to do with these days and nights. Ask God to make your life, your age, your years blissful, full of barakah, full of meaning, full of protection, full of help. Even though if it is short, but you can achieve huge goals within these short periods of time. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة مباركة إنا كنا منذرين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.